Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today I wanted to go over the best Phase 4 preparation tips that I can think of, and obviously this is going to be a lot of speculating. It's not going to be as easy as the other Phase prep guides because we don't really know what we're getting in Phase 4, as well as we have the ability to farm all the materials now that we might need for the future, so it's pretty speculatory. However, I think I have nailed these speculations, and I think you can make a lot of gold if you prepare properly. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the biggest thing that I think you're going to be wanting to do right now is stockpile your cool down mats. What I mean by that is from tailoring, leatherworking, and alchemy. So tailoring gives you mooncloth every 4 days, alchemy gives you arcanite every 2 days, and you can get a salt shaker every 4 days from leatherworking for cured rugged hide. I think these three materials are going to be massive in Phase 4 for a few reasons. One, they have said we are getting new and revamped patterns as well as an epic quest. So if we take a look here and use my tailoring as an example, we can see what the epic quest lines have yielded. So something like this, where we went and got the item, and then it took nightmare seeds, fell cloth, bolts of rune cloth. So like this was the end game material for right now, would be like fell cloths and stuff like that. And they have kept up with that every time. Here's the Phase 2 one, a bunch of raid mats, and then you had bolts of mage weave cloths and vision dust, and then these things were stuff that were introduced into the raid. We look at the spider silk boots, for example. Those are the next one that we had right here. This took Shard of the Void and making the actual spider silk boots. So something from the epic quest line, and then sort of a max level material. And what are the most max level materials? Well, that is going to be the cured rugged hide, the mooncloth, and the arcanite. My biggest recommendation for you guys would be, if you have tons of alts that are level 25 with the XP buff, does not take very much time at all to level the alts to 41 to get them as leatherworkers and tailors to make those mooncloths and cured rugged hides on cooldown every 4 days. Just log in, blast it on your alts. You can buy the materials or you could farm them if you so choose, but buying them is profitable by a huge margin even now. So it's just an investment, and you can just crank out those cooldowns and you will make some decent profit. I plan on doing that once I get it back from my trip. But one thing very important to note is that they could hopefully reduce the level cap to 35. Now that we're deep into SOD and everyone has their max level professions, I don't see the need to have them gate capped to where they move them for the phasal system. So we could possibly see that level get down to 35, which would be even better for most people. Then, the next thing that you guys should be doing is farm out the reputations that they listed in the Phase 4 PTR announcement. That is going to be the Argent Dawn, Timbermaw Hold, Hydrexian Waterlords, and Thorium Brotherhood. I would highly recommend that you go to at least Honored with all of these reputations. That gives you a good baseline to really go to, and you could, it won't take too much farming to go even higher. If you so choose or need to do that. So I think it'd be just a really good point to be at, and something that you could do very, very easily. The next thing that I have for you guys is to go out there and farm the flight paths that you haven't gotten. You probably have done most of your flight paths by now, but if you haven't, two very, very important ones that you need to make sure you do are going to be Winter Spring at Everlook. Silithus is going to be a big one, as well as we have Lights Hope Chapel over here in EPL, and then we also have Burning Steps. If you have not gotten this flight path, it is very, very helpful to have those. But those are the big ones for Phase 4. Like I said, most people probably have done these by now, but if you haven't, it's super easy to go. You have your mount, you just go ride and get them. Speaking of mounts, that brings us to our next tip, and it should be the getting your enough gold for your epic mount. Now, I believe that they will probably go with the SOM pricing because they also did this with the phase 2 and hitting that. They had it at SOM pricing, and then they upped it for the first 2 weeks, so people bought it at full price, and then they reduced it again, which I hated and thought it was really scummy for Blizzard to do that. But they have kept it at reduced cost, so that I'm inclined to believe that we will get reduced cost for our epic mounts at level 60. I'd imagine to be around the 500 gold mark. However, if we do get full price, keep in mind that the Altric Valley mounts for Exalted, whether you're a Horde or Alliance, if you're someone who's going to be grinding rank 10, chances are you're going to be using AV a ton, and you will get Exalted with AV pretty quickly, and that will make your mount at pretty much half cost. It'll be around 500 gold for the AV mount if you are someone that is grinding that rank 10 reputation with PvP. So be very, very aware of that. If it's a path that you're going to go on, it might be worth it. And with 40 people, it's a Zerg strat. You're probably not going to hurt too many people by not having your epic mount. There'll be a lot of people doing that just to save the gold. So something to keep in mind if you are doing that. Then finally, the last tip I have for you is to have pre-quests done and ready. I wouldn't go the route of incursion pre-questing because they are changing incursions and they're not going to function anything like they are here in phase 4. So I know people have been throwing that around, do we just complete all the incursions and just have a log of 20 incursions ready to go? Well, that normally would be a good strat. They are going to be changing it in phase 4 and PTR, and we'll probably see that change soon, so we'll know more about that. But it is going to be something that you might want to think about a lot, and there are plenty of awesome pre-quest guides out there. I've seen tons for Alliance, haven't seen too many for Horde, so if you guys have one and want to share it with me, I would love to make a video on that, of course with the creator's consent. I don't want to just take credit for that. I attempted to make one in phase 1. I got quite a lot wrong with mine, so there are people that have really well made spreadsheets and stuff that track a lot of this stuff, and someone was so kind to share that in phase 1, and so I would like to do the same with that for phase 4. If anyone has that, definitely comment below and link that. I would love for that. And then generally just empty out your bags. You probably have a lot of useless things that you don't really need in there, and having clean bags when you're about to level is super important. And a lot of stuff that is really good right now, you can sell for decent gold still, and it'll probably drop when phase 4 comes, or it's consumables that you won't use for phase 4 because a better one takes it. Like an example is we will probably have elixirs of greater firepower instead of firepower elixirs, so I would recommend selling your firepower elixirs right now because we will be going towards greater firepower in the future, if that makes sense. So just a few things exist like that as well right now, so it's just important to keep that in mind. But anyway guys, that is it for this video. I truly hope you enjoyed the best phase 4 preparation tips that I have. If you have anything else that you think would be good, definitely drop it down below. I love reading those comments and they help a lot of people out too. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. If you happen to find anyone that you know would also benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a ton and allows me to keep doing what I love every single day, and that is gaming and sort of helping people any way that I can. So finally, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.